Hello, I am Michael Friends, and if you are looking for all the facts on Bellator 214, you've came to the right place. Let's start out with the weights and odds for the fighters in the main event. Fedor Emelianenko plus 215, weighed in at 236.2 pounds. Ryan Bader minus 245, weighed in at 227.8 pounds. Of course, that is for the heavyweight Grand Prix final. The biggest underdog Fedor's ever been going into that fight. Henry Corrales minus 410, weighed in at 145.7 versus Aaron Pico, a sizable favorite at plus 485, 145.5 pounds. Jack Hager, an enormous favorite at minus 680, 238 pounds, going against 41-year-old J.W. Kaiser, who is 0-1, 224.3. Archuleta at minus 205, favorite 135.8 pounds against Rocky. Bandejas minus 178, favorite 138.9 pounds. Live stream reaction here starts at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, only on Fights with Friends if you want to follow along. Of course, the main fights will start on the Zone at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Also, if you're on cable or satellite, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, only on the Paramount Network. If you are looking for the prelim fights, which I see very little reason, honestly, to watch any of them because I don't know any of the fighters on there. But if maybe one of your friends or something is on there, they are starting at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's get into a little bit of the buildup of this, though, and some of the surprising odds. Like I said, Fedor Emelianenko, this is the biggest underdog he has ever been in his entire life going into this fight against Ryan Bader, a natural light heavyweight. Over a 2-1 underdog. This is where Fedor generally weighs in. 236.2, that's around an average weight for him. However, he was very late to the weigh-ins when I watched the weigh-ins, which is very uncharacteristic of Fedor. There were rumors, but nothing that could be substantiated, that Fedor had been having stomach issues, and possibly this moved some of the odds. I am surprised to see Pico being such a big favorite against Corrales. But Jack Hager, Jack Swagger, the WWE guy, being a 6-1 favorite in his MMA debut. I can find no MMA history on either one of these gentlemen. J.W. Kaiser is 41 years old. Jack Swagger is 36. So that could be some of it. Just the fact that Jack Swagger is a very athletic guy. You know, his probably has a bigger wrestling background on top of that. And these odds makers usually know what they're doing for the most part. They're not in the business of losing money, and that's why you always have to put down more money to win the same amount than they do. As you look at the odds. Say you have plus 215 for Fedor. That means if you put down $100 on Fedor and he wins, you get 215 back. To get $100 back on Bader, you're going to have to put down $245. Generally, the casinos like to run about a 15 to 20% profit margin. That's it. And they have the buffet. They have lots of other things there to keep you entertained. So they want people to win because they want people to keep coming back. But at the end of the day, they're not building those big casinos for nothing. I want to know what you guys think about the fights tonight, though. Are you excited about this? As some of the UFC cards, are you disappointed? Obviously, I'm disappointed that the co-main event was canceled. Gegard Mousasi versus Rafael Lovato Jr. I know nothing about this Jack Swagger guy, the WWE guy. I am interested for some reason in watching him fight, though. I've watched some of the build-up. I've watched some of his training. The guy is super ripped. Always excited to see Aaron Pico. And this guy is absolutely amazing, but I am surprised to see him that big of a favorite. Like I said, Corrales, he's a tough cat, and he's been in there against some of the toughest out there. I mean, they threw him into the lion's den when he came in Bellator, put him back to back up against 3 former champions. So it's going to be interesting how this all shakes down. I will see you guys soon at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. As promised, I will also have MMA trivia. And until I see you then, as always, I love you, I respect you, and I'll see your fine asses later.